Hello students, in our previous class we have started our journey of introduction of the drainage, meaning of the drainage basin and various other definition along with the Himalayan rivers, along with the water divide perennial rivers. Fine. In today's class we are going to start with the differentiations and or you can say the features of Himalayan river, peninsular river and the Indus river system. Children, as I have told you about the features of Himalayan river and peninsular river. So let's we talk on the first, and the first is the features of river, Himalayan river. Himalayan river is perennial in nature. It means throughout the year the river has a water for its flow. They are mostly perennial. They are dependent on both the rainfall as well as the melting of the snow. During their journey they perform some intensive erosional activity, basically in their upper course, because the river flows from the origin to its mouth, and due to in between that they flow through the upper, the middle and the lower courses. So the erosional activity, the high erosional activity occurred in upper course have cut through the mountains, making gorges, carrying huge loads of silt and sand. In the middle and lower courses they forms the meanders and oxbow lakes. Later on children, I'll tell you the meaning of these words, these terms. Next they bring along with the flow, they bring the new alluvium, rich soil. They with the help of their richness they irrigated the areas which are very much suitable for the agriculture. For example, the major river system of India, the Ganga, the Indus and the Brahmaputra, they all make the very important perennial river, or we can say the Himalayan river. Student, the next important major river systems are the peninsular rivers. Basically these are categorized in terms of their seasonal in nature, because they are dependent largely on the rainfall for their flow. It means when during the summer season the large rivers they reduced their flow of water in their channel because of less rainfall. Children, they have a shorter and shallower courses, not as compared to Himalayan rivers. Basically they originates from central highlands. They flow towards the west and western Ghats, towards the east also. For example, Tapi, Narmada, they flow towards the west. Krishna, Kaveri, Godavari, Mahanadi, they all flows towards the east. It means to Bay of Bengal. So all these are the examples of peninsular river. Children, the rivers, while they flowing from their sources to destination, they formed some features, like as I have already told you, like oxbow, the meanders, delta, etc. If we are talking about the meandering rivers, actually while the flowing of the rivers, while during their journey, during its course, the river does not flow in a straight line. So a horseshoe actually it is a shoe, children, horse shoe like loops formed, which you can say, which shows like a horse shoe like loops. It is called as meandering. I am giving the pictures of these terms. Oxbow lakes are when a meandering river crosses a floodplain, they cut off due to the deposition of the soil that later develops into the oxbow lake. Fine. Delta, while entering into the mouth, the river splits into several smaller rivers. These are called as the delta. Children, you people are very well known about which is the largest delta in the world. Yes, you are right. It is the delta of Ganga and Brahmaputra near the you can say Sundarban. Fine. So it is all about the terms like meandering rivers, oxbow lake, delta. Fine, children. Now, the river system is what? A river system, because it is quite important, when a single river, they originates from its mouth, they flows from its, they start its journey, along with its tributaries, they drained an area and they flow towards its destination, or you can say mouth, is what we called it as a river system, like the Ganga river system. Children, in your chapter, the Himalayan river system is quite important because they are important in terms of the generating, you can say, very much important for the economic as well as national wealth. Fine. They are the major national resources. So the Himalayan river systems are basically categorized into the Indus, into the three main, the Indus river system, the Ganga river system and the Brahmaputra river system. Fine. If we are taking in today's class only the one, that is the Indus river system, it means the features of Indus river system. Children, in this we are going towards the origin and the mouth, in between the area to be drained by the river Indus. Fine. टोटल एरिया ड्रेन बाय दिस रिवर, ये जो रिवर है, ये जो एरिया कवर करती है, ये तिब्बत, दैट इज़ द चाइना तिब्बत, देन एंटर करती है इंडिया, इंडिया से देन पाकिस्तान और ड्रेन आउट होती है किसमें? अरेबियन सी में. So the source is, or you can say the origin is Mansarovar Lake, that is Tibet. Fine. And the destination, or you can say the mouth, is Arabian Sea. Fine. Children, Indus flowing towards, if I am talking about the direction, Indus flowing towards from the west to the southward. How? Let's we talk on it. Indus flowing from west towards west. Fine. In India, it enters in Ladakh district of your J&K, Jammu and Kashmir, and it forms a gorge. Fine. If we are talking about the tributaries, it is having the two sets of the tributaries. One tributaries are like Jhaskar, Nubra, the Shyok and Hunza. These tributaries joined Indus in Kashmir region. Fine, children, in Kashmir region. It flows through the Baltistan and Gilgit. Baltistan, Gilgit, and emerges from the mountain at Attock. It emerges from the mountain at Attock. There it mixed up with Satluj, Beas, Rabi, Chenab and Jhelum. They joined together to enter the Indus near Mithankot in Pakistan. Fine, children. So they are having the two sets of tributaries. One set of tributaries in India itself and another one is in Pakistan. Then the Indus flows southward. साउथवर्ड की तरफ मूव करके इट रीचेज अरेबियन सी विच इज़ ईस्ट ऑफ कराची. It is called as the final destination. Children, the Indus plain has a very gentle slope because it is having a slopy geographical, you can say, the features. According to the length it covers in India, it is about 2900 kilometer. Indus basin is the third largest in India. Basically covered Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh. Major area it covered is in Pakistan actually. Fine. There the Pakistan, it is one of the largest river. So this is all about the features of Indus river system, which comprises of your origin, drained area and the destination. Fine, children. Next, the last topic of today's class is, if we are talking about Indus Water Treaty 1960 with the Pakistan, according to this, India can use only 20% of the total water carried by Indus river system for irrigation in Punjab, Haryana, southern and western part of Rajasthan. So this is all about the today's class. I am sending right now the pictures of related terms like meanders, oxbow, the gorge, along with the drainage map, along with the drained area of Indus river system in terms of your map. Fine, children. So go through with the topic very carefully and just learn the places where places to which the river drain out. Fine. Next class we are going to Ganga and the Brahmaputra river system.